Whoa, I was not expecting to watch as many movies as I did this month, but I did, so of course now we have to review them. I also didn't expect to take this long to actually make this video, but I had a pretty busy December, so let's go ahead and get started. So I had to watch a bunch of short films this month, and since there were so many, let me do the reviews for them in, let's say, 5 words or less. Near perfect story and execution. Tender and human and looked beautiful. Dr. Octopus gets an autopsy. Top 3 favorite shorts ever. Slurping made ramen sound good. Twilight Zone meets The Father. Swifties are powerful. Okay, now that those are out of the way, on to the feature films. Shadows was interesting. The whole thing was improvised, but since you don't find that out till the end, it really just comes across as amateur. Not really my cup of tea. It just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know. La Jetée was also interesting. It was just pictures and narration for the most part, and had a great story. But I did get a little bored because I felt like I was watching a slideshow the whole time. Then I watched Black Klansman for the first time, which was amazing. The score, the dialogue, and the acting were insane. Spike Lee's always hit or miss for me, but I have to say I really enjoyed it and thought the recognizable cast made it that much better. Cleo from 5 to 7 was good, I think. I mean, it wasn't really anything special in my eyes. I thought it was entertaining, which should be the measure for a good movie, but it just wasn't too memorable, you know? Then I saw Eternals twice, back to back, and the first time I loved it. I loved all the new characters and the interesting world building, and the cast was awesome. The second time, it didn't really do the same thing, and it just doesn't hold up too well upon multiple watches. I will say, though, that Karun and Gilgamesh are my 2 favorite characters in Marvel now. I mean, they have to be. I rewatched 9 Days finally, and woo! Man, yeah. I've reviewed this already on this channel, but it remains, at least as of right now, my favorite movie of all time. Anyone who puts anything into this movie, who gives it any attention, definitely takes something amazing out of it. The first time I saw this, I was mainly focused on the different personalities of the souls and the brilliance and truth of their interactions. But the second time, I focused more on the emphasis on gratitude that it brings for the little things. And I've been using that fulfillment mindset that Emma exudes in this in my own life, actually. And so then I rewatched The Graduate, but this time on the big screen, and I've definitely gained a newfound respect for this movie after seeing it the second time. Everything just is executed flawlessly, you know? From the deadpan acting of Dustin Hoffman to the score, cinematography, pacing, and symbolism. My favorite thing this film does is make you feel trapped or anxious whenever Benjamin does, and it uses tight lens and handheld shots really well to get that feeling well received. I could go on for a while about this. I'm glad I gave it a second chance for sure. I rewatched Pitch Perfect, and this one has the best story of the 3 for sure. Then I rewatched Pitch Perfect 2, which has the best music of the 3. Then I did not rewatch Pitch Perfect 3 because it has none of these things. Well, it does have Haley Steinfeld, but, you know, definitely lacks in some other areas. Then I watched the documentary The 13th, which was super interesting. I knew it was going to be good because of how highly everyone talked about it, but it tackles a really complex, convoluted, and at times highly analytical history of its feature issue of the American prison system in a way that never bores the audience or in any way becomes less cinematic. So, along with it being really important for everyone to see, it's a pretty good documentary. Badlands was good. I mean, it has an inviting score and some pretty spectacular shots throughout. I mean, it looks beautiful. Martin Sheen's cool in this, and they keep comparing him to James Dean, which is a really good commentary on the celebrity criminal mindset of the time. You know, with the Zodiac Killer, all that kind of stuff was happening around the release of this. Martin Sheen's the only person who I think can pull off the same color jean jacket and jeans simultaneously. I saw Tick, Tick, Boom, which I had not been introduced to before when I was a theater kid. I had pretty lowish expectations for it, but ended up loving it. The more and more I listen to the soundtrack, the more I love it. 3090 and Boho Life are just beams of light, and I was so impressed with Andrew. Number 2 musical of the year so far, but I haven't seen West Side Story yet, so... Then I watched 9 Days a third time, in which I was able to focus finally on Will's character more. His decisions for selection so clearly all came from his own life, you know? The only thing keeping him from reaching his potential superego, represented in Emma, is the rational pessimism of his ego, represented in Kane. I love this movie so much, oh my gosh. It is the most important movie for 4s like me, as well as just for anyone to watch to gain a new perspective on life. The Harder They Fall is such a twist on the classic Western. Zazie and Lakeith are all I need to enjoy a movie like this, but, bro, this is so unique. The editing, the score, and the production design are astounding. There's some crazy, exciting shots all over the place, and the whole thing's just astonishing. I mean, I love how the White Town is literally white, and how the main town has a bunch of colors throughout the buildings and stuff. They built these sets practically, and I love how out of the blue this is. I had no idea this was coming. Then I watched as the final film in my film history class for the semester, Do the Right Thing, which is an amalgamation of just such brutal racism, showing the parallels between hatred between different communities. It's explored in a smaller, more focused community in which every character is forced to interact, even if they don't want to. The brilliance of Spike Lee in this film isn't just him saying that there is racism and hate presence, but rather he encapsulates the heartbreak that hate is itself, and the pain that it causes. The casting, editing, and camera movements are all belligerent, just like the film's theme and the characters in it. The pacing is superb, and it interweaves intimate moments of raw emotion into abrasive moments of anger. It definitely made my top movies of all time, and as of right now is sitting at number 9. This is probably one of the most important films of all time. Alright, yeah. Sorry I'm just now getting this out, but it's not like anyone's really watching these anyway, so yeah, that's all I watched in November. Merry Christmas. I know this is coming out after Christmas, so Happy New Year. See ya. Bye.